What is happening, everybody, and welcome to a new game on the channel, Architect Life, a house design simulator. See what it's all about. We're starting a brand new career, and I think we'll just go with this first one. It looks like it is called the Mill Project. Young parents Alex and Julia want to start a new life with this project. Architecture is maximum freedom. The rooms are very simple. The exterior is bare, are the requirements. Absolute deadline is 9 months. It has 9 rooms. I wish we could see the details of the rooms in this screen, but we can't. Budget of 107,000. I wish we could build a house for 107,000 in real life. And it's just one level. So this is our little drawing board here. Looks like it's our desk, and we get to design this thing for them. It looks like square footage of the area is going to be 969. So I'm going to work on a layout, and then we'll kind of walk through the layout instead of me playing as I go. It seems like this game takes a little bit more of my brain power, and I tried to record and talk at the same time. It just didn't happen. So here we go. So for our first house, we got it around 990 square feet here, and we are going to have a 30-foot wall on the front and back and a 33-foot wall on the sides. So we look in the specifications here. We can see the surface area. We got that. We're good. It's green. There's 7 rooms. The first one will be a living room. There's a kitchen, a bathroom. We have Alex and Julia's bedroom. We have a washroom, which is a bathroom with just a toilet. Samantha's bedroom, which is the kid. And then exterior, we need a carport. We'll figure out where to put that last, I think. And then looking over here, our budget we know is 107. It's telling us our current total cost is 13,000. Estimated for the contractors is 42. So estimated profit as of right now is $51,000. So we're gonna burn through that. We'll take a look at that before we actually build it. And perks, we don't have anything unlocked, and trophies, we don't have anything unlocked either, as it's a new career here. So the first thing we wanna do is probably create an entrance. So we wanna go in here to doors and scroll down to the exterior doors. And it's our first one. We probably wanna do this somewhat budget, right? Let's just learn the basics of the game and go from there. Now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is about center. Let's put a door there. And I think I know what I want in the front here for 2 windows. We have a requirement of 8 windows, and at minimum 4 of them have to be medium. So I think we'll go with these. We'll hit space to customize. And I think we want to just go with the black here. And I think right there and right there in the front. And that's not too bad. So let's go to the top down view here. And I want to start making kind of a hallway. I do want to show this part, but the main layout probably won't show. We'll stop talking. Partitions here are concrete. We did go with concrete walls on the outside. It was actually part of the specifications, but it's also the cheapest ones possible. So what I want to do is just kind of grab this here. And we know this is 33 feet. So if we went about 13, that would give us 20 that way. And I just kind of want to make a little hallway as much as I can here. This isn't going to stay. All right, we got that going. So what I'm thinking about for this layout is kitchen over here, living room here, and then that would leave all the other rooms in the back. Kind of thought about this 2 ways. I could split it down the middle this direction, and we could do like kitchen, living room, and then bedrooms, or we could split it here in the middle, and that's kind of what I've elected to do. So we do want this wall to come over at 90 degrees, and then we want to get out of this menu, select this one, and delete it. And it looks like that will create the separate room for us. So we're gonna go ahead and click on this. Nope, right here. Click on the floor of the room, and then the little configuration, and we're gonna call this kitchen. So that gets set up there. Now we back out, we can go ahead and get back into our walls, our partitions here. And I wanna do the same thing here, 90 degrees, back out, and then delete that. And this will create a nice little entrance. And this one we will call our living room. Not bad so far. Let's go ahead and drop the walls a little bit so we can see. And we might move the windows a little bit there. So the next thing I want to do is tackle the washroom. I think about 5 feet would be pretty nice for an opening there. Maybe we want to do that a little bit farther. Let's try about 6 feet, if it'll let us. 8 might be a little aggressive. So control, it says it's doing 2 feet, but I don't know what that means. We'll see if 5 feet works, but we can go ahead and click on the floor here and call this one the washroom. And grabbing our partitions again, if we just kind of build off of this and go straight here, 900 square feet's not a lot to play with, so we're gonna do our best here. It is just a square, boring house. We'll get into some fancy ones later on in the playthrough, but this is gonna be Samantha's room. And I'm kind of tempted to do a door here and here, so it's like Samantha's toilet as well. And then what we need is the bedroom for the parents. Now let's look at our room's requirement though, make sure we're not missing anything. So they need a bathroom and a bedroom in here. And I think what I wanna do is we have the washroom that would be shared for people coming in, guests that are visiting the house. They could just go in there and use the bathroom. It won't have a shower or anything. So let's go ahead and grab the partitions here, line up about right. How do we wanna do this part? Was kind of thinking about doing something like this to kind of give them a little bit extra. If we click here, can we assign this as the hallway? I think that did it. Did that do it? Yes, it did. So we have hallway and then we have unnamed, which we don't want to name yet because we do want to make a bathroom in here. So what I'm thinking is the door would be right here. So if we start adding things like that, interior doors, we're just going to go with the most basic on this one. And yeah, I think we'll go white and it will fit there pretty nicely. And then we'll want to also do the same one pretty much in this whole area. So we'll put there. Oh, you know what? We messed up. We messed up. This wall can't be there. We need access to Samantha's room. So let's get back to our partitions here. And we will just cut this straight across. And we'll just have a long hallway. And I guess because we made that, I don't know how to get rid of that. Can I just delete it? I can. So that whole thing is the hallway now. Okay. And technically we could probably do it right here, extend the kitchen a little bit. We'll figure it out. So we have that door. Let's roll over. Whoop, getting the buttons confused here. Let's go back to our basic door. We're gonna put these pretty much right by each other. So that is what we need for that. Now we need to split some of this into a bathroom here. Man, what a tiny home. And there's a lot this size in the area of the country where I live. So if we did like that and then deleted this, that gives us a little more space for the parents' room here. I think that's good. I think that is good. Now we need to figure out how to make this enough for a bathroom. And I'm kind of thinking about putting down some furniture just to get some sizes. So maybe we try that out. So we know we need a shower. I think a closed shower would be nice. I'm gonna rotate it and have it face that direction. Let's get out here and take a look here. Yeah, that's not bad. And then the next requirement for this bathroom is going to be a sink. And what do we have on the colors here? We're not gonna go super fancy into like the design of these yet. We'll probably do that later on in later episodes where we really care about making it look gorgeous. Right now, I just want to kind of just learn the game. So let's do that. That looks good. I think what I want to do is go back to partitions and I want to grab it about right here and bring that. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay, so let's grab this one here real quick. And we'll delete that, make it one full room. That should allow us to, I don't understand what the letter's for there. That makes it way too small for a bed. So if we did come up about right here and cut across, that's gonna squeeze it as well. Let's get a bed put in here. I think that would be good. Let's turn snapping back on and probably, okay, I do see a change I wanna make. So I wanna put this here and I wanna grab this door. How do we do that? Okay, we grab this door. I do wanna put the door here, I think. Really second guessing everything at this point. Turn snapping off, we can do that. And that gives us a nice little kind of hidden entry there. And then if we, this might not be the most realistic thing, but we're gonna try something here. If we grabbed right here and did something like this, I just don't like it, guys. All right, give me a minute, I'm gonna figure something out here. Not the biggest fan, but I think this is the layout we're gonna go with. We have a little walkway, a little hallway here, and then an entrance, and I think we'll move this down towards the end here. Walk into the bedroom, we got enough room for the bed and, you know, hitting all the requirements that we're gonna need. And yeah, so I think next let's start working on, I'm struggling a little bit, but start working on the walls. Actually, we need a roof. And I have noticed already that this thing does pretty good job at doing an automatic roof. So if we hit control right now and then click on here, it'll just create it for us. But then we want to come in here and look at styles for this, because we're not actually loving that roof right now. So if we did terracotta, what does that look like? That's not my favorite. We have some slate, which I really do like. Let's try this one here. I think that looks slick. Was there a customization? There's not. Flat roof, we don't PVC. What does that look? Can't do that there. It has to be a flat roof. Okay. And then we have concrete options, which I'm not a big fan of. So I think we will go with that slates. And hopefully we unlock a lot more options as we become more known around town. Very simple house. We do need a place for the carport. And let's get that before we start doing all the detailing. Okay, we have a carport here and an open garage. They said the carport, so let's go ahead and I did attach it to the house when I tried to do this before, but then you can't put windows. Maybe with snapping on, it does snap real nice. I think with this layout we're working with, that will work fine. So they have their little carport here, and we can't fit a door there, so they will have to walk around, and we'll potentially see about giving them a little skinny path there. I don't know if we'll be able to pull that off. But let's go ahead and get the outside painted next. And I want to go PVC cladding, it calls it here. And what did that have customizations? It does not. It's just white siding pretty much is what we have here. And I think it's gonna look really good with the slate roof. Let's go ahead and get around to the back side here. And then let's raise ourselves up a level. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Not 100% sold on the door anymore. We might change that front door, but I think that looks pretty good. So the outside has everything it is required except for windows. So we need to add a couple more windows here. And let's lower that so we can kind of see the rooms and where they would make sense. Still getting used to the controls, guys. We'll try to get better about moving around. Let's go into construction, back into windows, and I think that same medium one is the one we're gonna go with, and let's shut off snapping, and we can put that about right there. I think that would look nice. That is not the same window. So which medium window, did we just switch colors on this? No, that's like a double. Yeah, let's get out of that. It's this one here, okay. Yeah, I did like the view from here to help me get it centered with the room. So we'll do that. We'll give Samantha a window here. And if we scroll in, I think, yeah, those names go away. And let's we want to keep the walls. And we'll do another window about right there. That is 5 out of the 8. Do a bedroom window if it'll allow us. Yeah, we're just gonna have to sneak that about right there. And then we just need 2 for both of the bathrooms here. Now I couldn't figure out how to get them to go higher. So they're just gonna kind of have to deal with that. Right there's for one. And I think we'll do the same. We'll do about right here if we can get it to go there. And maybe like that. I mean, it does kind of expose you to the shower there, but I think that's okay. So exterior is done. Cruising through our budget. Now the main flooring let's do next. So let's go into finishing work, and then this one is for floor. I like a good wood finish. And let's see, what if we did walnut? Yeah, not a huge fan of the pattern. Let's take a look at some other options. Chevrons, does tell me. That's not terrible. The herringbone style there. Oh, here we go. Just the straight up walnut here. I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll do carpet in Samantha's room. But we could do, I don't know, is there a fun one? It seems a little busy. That's busy too. Yeah, I'm hoping we get a lot more options to unlock later into the game. Let's just go with the plain Jane one for Samantha there. In the bathrooms, we want to go with some ceramic tiles here. And we'll go a little more bold. That's definitely bold for me in that one. And then over here, we'll go a little more classic. That's a little too classic. Let's try the off-white color. Yeah, I like that better. All right, so that's got the flooring done. And then the walls, we're probably gonna go pretty neutral for this first one. Maybe a wallpaper in the kids' room, in Samantha's room. Let's see, I think maybe just on that wall. And then we can go to, I think we had just paint colors up here. If we go to like maybe a yellow. Do we have a yellow? We have a peach. Will that go? Actually, that goes pretty good. Be a little fun room for Samantha there. I dig it. All right, let's work our way backwards. See, in here, in the bathroom, which is just terrible. There's no toilet, but we're learning the game. Guys. I think we'll go with like this nude color. What was it, dark nude? Oh, just cool and dark, it said. But I think that's a good vibe in here. And we'll get to do a walkthrough in here when it's all done. It'll be pretty awesome. Now in the parents' room, I think we're gonna go with that same color. It's pretty neutral. I do like that, just nice calm color. Kind of makes the flooring pop a little bit. But then in the main area, we'll go a little bit, probably lighter. All right, now for the washroom, I mean, trying to match somewhat the color of the flooring. Oh, we're trying some things. A little bit outside my comfort zone, but we're trying some things here. Oh, I do see something I want to fix though. We want to grab this door, turn off snapping, get that centered a little bit better. And then this one as well. Let's get it off the wall a little bit. That's much better. Okay, looking good. Now for the main entry of the house, I think we want to just go with the white or maybe cream. Yeah, cream will be clean. We're gonna leave this one because I think I want to do something a little different with that in the kitchen. I mean, we're making the best of this small floor plan for them. So that's everything painted. So now it really should just be going one room at a time. And at this point, I do want to just kind of tag the kitchen. I want to start with that. And we can see here what we have left. We need a sink, we need a cooktop oven, and we need some base units, just at least one base unit. But let's go ahead and finish painting first. And I think I want to go, let's see how that looks. Nope, that's not the ticket. What about this? I do like the detail there, the randomness. Oh, that could be good. Let's see what the other ones look like. I do love that you can just kind of switch all this out and you're in design mode. So if you like it, you do a bunch of changes and you end up not liking it, it's kind of sweet. All right, I'm gonna go with that brick. Now we want to go into furnishing and we'll find our kitchen. So get our base units here. I want to start with the appliances, see if we can find them all. So we got this essential, we'll just go with the essentials this time, range. And if we stuck that about right there, we're gonna have to mess around with this layout to get everything to work perfect. And then we put one here and then we'll add a sink. We'll go with the essential sink and that should allow us to get one more base in here. And I wish I could grab all of these, can I? I cannot. So let's go ahead and turn snapping on and we're gonna have it hugged to the wall this way. And we could put like a little trash bin there or something if we can find it. But that does cause somewhat of an issue. Let's grab this one, move it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna rearrange a little bit here. Not a big fan of the oven and stove being right next to the sink, but again, we're learning. Turn snapping off, I think was the best way to do this part. And if we get the buttons here, just try to get this as straight as possible. Without snapping on, it doesn't seem to line up perfect, but that's not bad. Let's see. Can we get a better view of that? I think that's turned the wrong way, isn't it? Let's turn it sideways. And with the snapping, let's turn snapping off. Yeah, I don't know why. That's something I hope gets fixed. You can't really get these straight, or it's hard to. And we have snapping off, and you can see it still is trying to snap. I think we'll live with that. And then I did this so that we could come back in here and grab let's do like the longer base of this style. And we'll get snapping on, rotate it a little bit this way. And that kind of makes a nice L. I haven't seen any of the cabinets that can make an L like that. So we'll do that way. And then we just want a fridge, I think is the last thing we're gonna want in here, which I think is over here. And we go to the kitchen stuff, appliances. I mean, while we're here, we could add this. Why is it going outside? Come on, nice little coffee maker, do that. And then where was the fridge? Here we go. You can just snap that into place there. I think that's nice. All right, I think what we want to do, we need heating in here. So let's go ahead and drop in here. I believe it was over in this menu. Will the floor units work? I have seen somewhat of an issue with them not working if the room isn't enclosed. That goes a little higher. I did have luck with one of these units, which seems a little excessive, but we can get it to work. It also works as a nice decorative piece, but that's everything required for the kitchen. But I think we want to go a little farther with that, a little farther than that. And we go back into kitchen. We have some dining tables that we could use. We'll just go with one of these basic ones for now. Top-down view is pretty nice. So let's see, were there customizations? There was. I want to find one that's a little lighter if possible. I think that's going to be the lightest one. That there, and then for chairs, I do like these black chairs. We'll rotate them. They probably only need 2, but this type of table, we're gonna sneak 4 in here. And then we gotta do a little decor in here. Let's see what we have. Oh, up and down, there it is. I wonder if that was on the windows. Okay, well, why control? Oh, I see, I learned something that the tutorial probably showed me. If we come right here, turn snapping off, and then we hit control, we can then go up, nope, we wanna do control again. And now we can go up and down, put a little wall ivy up there, and then maybe a little cactus basket right here. And I think we'll do a couple of those just to kind of make it look good. And this is where a window would be ideal right here, but we do have the carport kind of blocking that. I don't see anything for like pictures. It's got to have its own section. Storage, other, garden. Some cool stuff to this. Let's see if we can get this light directly above the table. That's pretty nice. That's what was missing, a range. And I think I want to raise that a little bit. So let's grab that. We'll go to control, and then we can do X to raise it a little bit as high as it'll go. That's nice. I think that'll do for in there. Let's now swing around, and we're gonna add a sofa into this room. But what we need to do is we go into specifications, and then we pin the living room and go out here. We can see what's missing. An armchair or sofa and a coffee table are the requirements. So if we go into furnishing, then objects, we can come up here to living room, and we do have some sofas, and I think that would be best in here. Let's go to customization on this. I think that one would be kind of cozy. And we'll have snapping on and see if that works good. Let's go top view again. Let's turn snapping off. Eek. I think that'll go right there. Now if we go into coffee tables next, down here, I'm not a big fan of the coffee table options that we do have. So this one I think is the winner for now. Turn it like that. We don't want snapping on though, because that'll be a little too close. And that completes that room because the heat from the other room actually works in there. But I don't want to go a little bit further here. In decorating, we do have some TV units. Some TV benches. We'll go with this one, and we'll turn snapping on, and that should line up pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not turning out too bad. And then the one thing that was tough for me to find was the TVs. Let's see if we can find those again. There we go. So we can then turn snapping on. It seems like that's shutting off by default. Put a TV there, and that gets that room done. Oh, we forgot this wall. Painting, and walls, and we went with cream. All right, so all the walls are now done. That's good. The hallway is complete. The living room is complete. Next, let's go to the washroom, which should be right here. And we're going to go to construction. We're gonna grab this, turn off snapping, move that just a hair. And then if we hit positioning control, we would be able to move that up a little bit. Okay, good to know for next time. I think this will be fine for now. We need to go to decorating and toilets. We're gonna go with the most basic toilet in here. And that's all it requires, but we're definitely gonna give them a sink, or wash basins as they call it in this game. I mean, that's not gonna be the easiest thing to walk through or around, but that'll do. And then I did think there was one more thing I wanted to add in here. There we go, the toilet paper, gotta have it. It has a holder on it as well as holding some extras. That's pretty good. Let's do this bathroom next. Was the washroom done? The washroom is done. Okay, so let's go to the bathroom. And it looks like heating will be required in here. And that's it right now because we did everything else. So let's go ahead and open that up. I think it was over here in finish work. And I think the wall unit will work in here because it is enclosed. And that's being strange. Put it right there. Let's rotate it facing that way. And that should be it. Oh, some paint. It says there's some painting issues. What's not oh, one wall. Okay, what was the color in here? Was it this one? Yes, okay. That does match. All right, so that room's done. Let's move to Samantha's bedroom. We'll get it also pinned. And the requirements in here are gonna be heat and a kid's bed. So that's in decorating. No, that would be in furnishing and beds. We have some of these kids ones, and I think I wanna go with this one for Samantha. Didn't tell us how old she was, so we're just gonna assume that she can handle one of these type of kids beds. We'll do that, and then we need to get her some heating as well. And are all the walls painted? The walls are taken care of. So that is in finishing, and a floor unit's what we want in here as well. And I think I want to I'll put it right there. Oh, everything's done. Alex and Julia's room is complete as well. So we did everything. Let's learn a little bit about exterior though, maybe. Some gazebos. These aren't required. Are there paths or anything that we can add here, or grass? I don't see a way to add grass. Maybe some more things will unlock, but I think it would be pretty sweet to... There's no back door either. Maybe we dive into those later on. All right, there's still some more to do, but let's take a full look at this. Hitting all of our requirements. Our budget we have at 56,000, so I think we did pretty good. Could have gone a little more overboard, but we're learning. We'll get the hang of it. It's just our first job. So I think we do want to come over here and go to end and hit end. Have you finished the design of your building? Yes, we have. Let's hit confirm. Verification. Excellent. Okay, you have met all of your client's specifications. You are free to continue with the project. Let's hit confirm here. So contractors, we get to hire contractors. We could save some money here, and then that would build our stockpile of money for our career. Or we can make sure that we take care of the reputation, make sure this thing's good, spend a little bit more money on, you know, these 5-star contractors at the Vista Group. I think that's what I want to go with until I understand the game a little bit better. They're in the middle range of time frame, but they also have the best quality work. So we'll see how that goes. We have finishing work. We have a couple options here. If we go with the most expensive on all of these, I don't want to confirm. I want to look at it. So it looks like our total cost is for the contractors is a little bit below what we budgeted for that, which is good. And our duration is 251 days. So that gives us about 19 days if something bad happens, which doesn't seem great, but let's go with it. We are going to confirm the contractors. And there it is. It's being built. We have $7,944 in our budget apparently left over, which seems, I mean, amazing that we could build a house for $100,000 here. We have a weather delay, so we have some choices to make here. There's some snow. The site is covered by a thick layer of snow. We cannot work until it's cleared. All we can do is wait it out. We'll lose 4 days. Remember, we had about 19 days built into the schedule. We could rent some equipment and clear it. That will save us a day and cost us $650. We'll equip the employees with the right gear and make it continue work, and it'll cost more. I think we're just gonna lose the 4 days. We have a fire? Wow, this is gonna really eat into our budget. We gotta add the 9 days and use the least amount of money. We can't have anything else really happen the rest of the way here. And then something happened. We had a work site, scaffolding collapsed. We cannot do the 10 days. Oh no, we're gonna eat pretty much our entire budget here. That didn't work out good. Bad luck on the random number generator there. Wheelbarrow moving itself. Carport is installed. Come on, let's get through these last few days with no incident. And we did it. Okay, so now we get to walk through it. Pretty cool. The house is ready. Construction has finished. You can now do a site visit. Let's hop into the site visit here. So there was some grass already, so that's good to know. So some trees would have been nice, but a little, little square house, not too bad. Let's go ahead and go in. Oh, we didn't change the door, but I think the front door does work. Hey, there's some bales and some crops. Cute little kitchen here. Yeah, I dig it. The walls are very, very bare. We could have done a lot better with that. Decent bedroom here. But looking at the way the budget ended up being at the end, it's a good thing we didn't end up adding a lot more decorations to this build, because we almost ran out of money. So it had to stay pretty bare for them. They're gonna have to do the rest of their designs. This is terrible right here. We'll have to figure out washrooms a little bit better as well. Sitting on, oh, we took a photo apparently. Yeah, this is looking cool. This heat unit probably was a big part of our budget. It would be nice to get maybe a different, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Maybe a different, all right, I already forgot what I was talking about, guys. It happens. But this free view is pretty sweet as well. We can kind of move around and get a good angle and, take a photo by hitting control, get some good angles of the house. And maybe we wanted that door up closed while we were doing that, but we can also fly around in here. So I think it turned out good. Let me know what you guys think about this this game. Is this something we should keep playing? Is this something you'd enjoy? Maybe we want to see what happens the rest of the way through within the career mode. What do we unlock and all the things like that is kind of what I'm thinking. But it's pretty sweet. Let's see what happens after let's hit continue, and we want to go ahead and quit site visits, continue and save. So we have some photos here. We can, I don't know, what are we just liking these photos? Okay. Budget was good, deadline was good, number of rooms were good, surface area is good, no bonus perks because we didn't use those, I don't believe. Architecture is good, room criteria, exterior looks good, heating, everything. We did 100% on this, hit all the requirements, solid effort. Delivery accepted, congratulations. Your clients are happy with your work. The project was a success. And well, here's our satisfaction points here. Our experience is going up. So now we have a point available for some of those perks to unlock later on. And we made a little bit of cash here. We got $7,000 of funds. Cash balance is $100,419. Our profit was $419 on this. Doesn't seem that great of a profit. So that's it. You have created your own architecture firm. I'm happy for you and wish you the very best. Okay, now we're here. Seemed like a bug. That seemed like a bug. Let's hit next. There we go, well done. Your first client was happy with your work. That's very encouraging. You're already on the path for success. Awesome. Reputation, we are almost 1 star. You can see our experience points. We're gonna call it SWU Designs. Let's call it SWU Builds. We're building houses. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. And we get a little trophy, it looks like. And then we're on to picking our next project, so this is where I'm gonna leave you. Let me know what you guys think. Is this something fun we should keep doing? I'm enjoying it so far. I'm kind of wanting to see how far we can get in the different things, and once we get farther, we get bigger houses, more customization. I really want to see when we don't have maximum freedom on architecture, if it like drives us into doing a certain shape of a house or gives us like a plan that we have to work with. I'm Socksway Up. I'll catch you on the next episode.